Interrompemos esse podcast para perguntar: quem você quer ser?
Designer, engenheira, pedagoga,
administrador.
Quer saber? O Senac EAD é nota máxima no MEC. Tem cursos de diversas áreas, com conteúdo elaborado por especialistas do mercado e professores mestres e doutores. Ainda tem o Senac Carreiras, conectando estudantes a vagas de emprego em todo o país. Saiba mais em ead.senac.br/graduação.
Muito prazer, chegou um novo T-Cross, um SUVW para quem valoriza conforto, tecnologia e segurança, com novo design e novo acabamento sofisticado. Vá até uma concessionária Volkswagen e conheça. Paz no Trânsito começa por você.
Welcome to the Norm Hyperbolic Podcast. We're here to talk anime, video games, and movies. I am your host, X, also known as YoungMorganFreeman. And with me, as always, is my co-host, Kid Lewis.
What up? This is your boy. Welcome back to the podcast, the Hyperbolic Podcast. The only place where you're going to get some fire-ass anime news, stories, games, and everything in between. On this episode, we're going to dive into the world of Kaiju Numero Ocho.
Nice.
You know what I'm talking about?
That's what you're talking about.
Fuck that six god.
Big eight.
8 gods over here. Big eight. Infinity if you turn it to the side. So today we got a special guest, or actually a returning guest.
Still special.
Still special. I mean, still special to the podcast, but a returning guest. So give it up. Warm welcomes to the boy, Fred.
Captain Kilimanjaro.
Yeah. Sheesh. What's good, bro? Welcome back. How's it feel to be back? What is this, your third time? We did one review together?
Yeah, we did a review in an episode.
So this is the second episode with our boy Fred, man.
Hey, man. Always a pleasure to be here. Thank y'all for bringing me back. You know what I'm saying?
Man, it's always good having you back, bro. It's always good to have a face that we all remember.
It's always good to be here. And thank you for remembering. You know what I'm saying? Because, I know I look kind of forgetful, but...
All right, well, let's get to it. So,
let's get to it. Yeah, let's get to it, man.
On this episode, like Kid Lewis said, we are going to be talking about Kaiju number 8.
Numero Ocho, bro. Numero Ocho.
The season just ended, so we're going to be going over the season 1. We're going to try to keep it within the realm of season 1.
I was just about to ask you that, because if you guys can see...
We are caught up.
On the video version. We got the books lined up. So, we're up ahead from the anime watchers.
We're well versed.
Yes, right. Sir. If I gotta go to the books to reference something, I'll pop out those books, bro. Don't try me, guys.
Right.
Somebody in the comments like, that's not what happened. I got the books. That's what the book says.
By the time they put their comment in, the video will be out already. And then on this episode, we are going to be talking about a manga artist who feels like they are competing with his anime, a request from the director of Tekken to the fans, an anime studio that's launching a film division, and then, in our normal fashion, we'll read and watching and playing at the end of the episode. So if you're watching this on YouTube, leave us a like. If you're listening to this on your podcast platform of choice, make sure to leave us 5-star reviews with that compliment sandwich.
5 stars.
5 stars all day and tomorrow. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it, man, with last week's news today.
Go ahead, X. Spill the beans.
In the realm of anime. So, with the manga for My Hero Academy or Academia coming to an end this summer, the creator Kohei Horikoshi did an interview with Da Vinci Magazine where he talks about his involvement with the anime and says that he feels like he's always competing with the anime. So a question that I had for that, with you guys before I get onto his actual quote is, one, how do you guys feel about My Hero, the anime? The anime versus the manga. Like, are you caught up with the manga? Or
I'm not caught up with the manga.
But are you caught up with the anime?
I'm caught up with the anime.
Because I remember you were talking highly about it.
I was. Season 1. Because it got real good, man. After season 3, that's where I feel like the spark just came through. I hate when they talk a lot, bro. I hate the fucking talking, man. They're always talking about how they're going to do this, they're going to do that, we're going to set this up, blah, 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 this and that, how we're going to capture this, and just do it. I want to see you do it.
What about you, Captain? How do you feel about the manga versus the anime?
This might hurt some people, but I don't like My Hero that much.
Whoa, at all.
I didn't say at all.
He said that. Oh, he said that
all.
much.
I said that much. So I haven't read it. The anime was good in the first season. I mean, after Overhaul, I kind of just dropped it because it was just like super boring to me. I just could not get back in. I know like the whole like the Dark Deku thing, because that's kind of where I want to jump back in. But it's kind of one of those things where I have to force myself to jump back in because I know even though it picks up, it also slows down again.
It does, bro.
Well, because you said the same thing about Boruto. That Boruto picks up after it slows down.
Yeah, bro. But it's like I don't really know how to describe it, but I'm gonna try. It's like it's like with Boruto, like if you're reading it now, shit's already wild if you're reading it. You know what I mean?
That's what I heard.
But like I haven't watched it in a while, but I know they haven't caught up to like the wild shit. Like they did Baryon mode, and you know that's cool. But it gets crazier after that. You know what I mean? They're in the time skip in the manga.
Yeah.
Like the shit that you see in the very beginning, they're like there now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But wasn't the time skip needed, bro? Because of how dead it was, how boring it was. Because I feel like that's when it got better, right? For Boruto?
But you can say the same thing about original Naruto as well.
Nah, bro. Don't
Not
do
necessarily. Only because you
After
gotta
Sasuke left, it's boring.
Yes, definitely that. But you gotta remember, like the time skip was the very first episode of Boruto.
Right.
Like it was all pre-planned, and it showed you that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like as the story went on, it was just telling you what was going on before that. You know what I mean? Like the time skips in the other shows, like they weren't shown to you like that. You know what I mean? Like it was there, but it wasn't like, hey, this is what's gonna happen. But we're gonna show you everything that happened before that. You know what I mean?
Well, so with My Hero, it, like I said, it is coming to an end, the manga, this summer. So to my knowledge, there is no time skip. Right. It is just going to end as like in the current time that the show took place.
Yeah.
But a quote from the manga artist is, he says, "When I watch the anime, I feel I don't want to lose to it. I tell the anime staff that I want them to make the anime even more amazing than the manga. But when they succeed, I regret it. I try to compete with the anime in a way, doing stuff it can never do. Challenging myself to create something powerful in a way that can only be done with manga." So I do have this idea for an episode where we talk manga versus anime in general, like kind of in our subs and dubbed ways. But
what do you mean he's competing? Like competing in the sense of like the drawing, the details, like in the anime, it just looks way much crispier, way much better, way much detail. Because I feel like with the manga, always you're going to get more storytelling, more information that normally would be skipped in the animation.
Not always. So it's a medium. So in the medium of manga, you can do different things like dynamic wise that you can't do with anime. With anime, you can put more light, or breathe more life into certain scenes, you know, whereas in manga, you know, there is an element, like you said, with more storytelling just because you have words on a page. But as far as like how artistic it is and the pace that it goes, like just the medium of comics and manga, it's just different. So like for, you know, the comic book Watchmen is like a really good comic book because of the way that the art or the, author, Alan Moore, he uses the medium of comics, like these still images. Like there's a whole scene with Dr. Manhattan where he's like looking back through time and he just reuses certain scene or certain panels that were in previous chapters.
Okay.
So the whole like storytelling wise. So, you know, there's people who only watch anime and people who only read the manga. But, you know, I'll save most of it for that episode that I plan on doing. I don't know if we'll do it this season or next season. But basically, what I wanted to get at with that, how do you feel about manga versus anime in general? Mostly for Fred, because I know Lewis and I have talked about it. Even in our previous episode with Sarah, just about like manga is a little bit more detailed while anime is a little bit more, you know, I don't want to say fun, but just different.
Yeah, no, they are different. I honestly feel like it comes down to the story, like what it is. Like I actually give this example for Demon Slayer all the time.
Right.
Like I will not read Demon Slayer. I know what happens, but I won't I will not read it because of how beautifully it's animated. Mm-hmm. And, you know, the sounds. I'm really big on sounds. And that's another reason why I won't read like Fire Force. It's a similar thing.
Right.
But like,
Fire
for
Force
example,
has the best sounds, bro.
Hands
down.
God, don't even get me started.
Hands down.
Like, for example, Kaiju. This is actually a perfect example of what we're talking about.
This is kind of why I brought it up too.
I can read this.
Right.
And it's still dope to read, but it's nice to watch as well. And not a lot of manga translate into anime very well.
Not a lot.
I mean,
give an example, bro. Give me, what are you talking about here? What manga does not translate well?
I feel like a lot of people are going to agree with me on this. Tokyo Ghoul is a pretty good example. Tokyo Ghoul, it's very flashy as far as the anime is concerned, but it doesn't show the manga justice. The manga is better.
Right.
Why is it better? Because there's more details to it, more there's storytelling.
More yeah. There's more of what actually happened. Like, it flushes it out the way it's supposed to be.
And I felt like a lot of people are going to disagree with me, but I feel like Chainsaw Man doesn't necessarily translate super well into anime from manga.
You don't like how it's designed, bro.
Yes, and we will talk about it when we talk about
Kaiju,
because I have a little bit of controversy or a little bit of revelation. But
I think I know what you're talking about. So yeah.
So then next in the realm of video games. So in a recent post on Twitter/X, Katsuhiro Harada, the game director for Tekken, expressed his frustration with gamers sliding concept ideas for characters in his DM. So basically, he's asking gamers to stop sending him concepts for characters for Tekken because he fears that if they do end up making a character, there's a percentage of the population that will try to sue him for using their proposal without permission.
You know how fucked up it is that can actually be.
No, that can be a thing.
You can say, hey, can you why don't you use a character that has a chainsaw in his face? Then they do, and then they're like, that's my character. You need to owe me 10% or whatever. Like,
yeah.
I know you've seen that. And this is a little bit more direct, but the guy who looks like the Joker or whatever that wants to sue Grand Theft Auto.
Because they use a clip of him.
Likeness.
Yeah, his likeness or whatever. So what do you feel about that?
Nah, bro, just embrace it.
Bro.
Feel happy that even if they
you made the game.
you made into the game, bro. You know what I mean? You're some type of relevance, and they're gonna deny it.
Yeah,
they're gonna deny it.
It depends on how they portray his likeness in the game. Like if he's like butt naked, getting fucking shot in the ass,
But I don't think he's gonna be like in the game.
No. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's probably more
because a lot of these things, like a little moment or a clip in the game. Because a lot of the trailer was basically like shit that really happens in Florida that we see on TikTok and shit like that.
And that's what
you know what I mean. Like the granny wilding out with a fucking knife walking around. That's some shit you see here in Florida. But I think that's the representation of what the game was trying to show you. Like it is based on Florida.
Yeah. So
are we gonna see the granny with the knife? Probably not. Maybe as a glimpse. Maybe it'll probably be like when you sit down and watch TV and then kind of just shows like shit that's happening, the news in Florida.
It might be a stranger or a freak. Like how
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. And that's the point I'm trying to make. Regardless of whether they show up in there or not, that's not something that you fucking created. You know what I mean? Like that's something that happened, that was filmed, that was on on TV. Or on internet.
For anybody to use.
For anybody, bro. You don't own that shit.
Yeah.
You don't own your own likeness?
Unless you own your own likeness.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's true.
Intellectual properties, man. IPs, they're a thing. I'm just saying. Yeah. So if that's how you want to go about it that way. But
Bandai Namco has done fan campaigns through magazines and things like that in the past to get like gamers and gaming companies to
into the community.
Yeah. Help us design a character. Maybe you can have input on your next favorite game type of deal.
Bungie does shit like that. Bungie has like a whole thing set up where they literally have people cosplay their characters. And it's like, they're amazing. And they show them like tributes and shit like that.
Right. Well, he was saying that gaming companies, Bandai Namco, but also other gaming companies kind of moved away from this practice because it does get kind of messy with like you said, intellectual property and permissions and stuff like that. So he's not really worried about winning or losing the lawsuit. He knows that they're going to win, but it just becomes an inconvenience to the company to have to deal with that. And it kind of like stifles their creativity when they, have a good idea, but then they're like, oh, I saw that somewhere else. And then we talk about it in the Tekken episode about how martial law is kind of just Bruce Lee, and these other characters have a lot of likenesses with real life people, but there's a difference between doing a homage and like doing actual theft.
Yeah, that is true.
But and then also, the studio that does My Hero, Bones Inc., they also had a similar problem with story ideas. So how kind of like My Hero characters are kind of like, wild in their power, almost like X-Men, like they can just be anything. They were having a lot of people slide into their DMs with like character designs, but also story ideas. Like take the story this way. No, it does become very messy.
I mean, they are also DMs. Like, you don't necessarily have to send a message to everybody saying not to. You could just not. And then you could also be like, thank you, but no. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to take a very public negative stance on it.
He seems pissed, man. He's like, stop.
This is not the first time that he's been mad about some shit regarding
Right.
Tekken. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I feel like it's just kind of him.
A
You
little
know
bit.
what I mean?
It's just a balance, man, because you want your fans to be excited about your stuff, but then you also want them to like leave you alone. All right, well then last, in the realm of movies. So Studio Pierrot, the producer of Tokyo Ghoul, Bleach, Naruto, and Yu Yu Hakusho, announced that they are going to be opening a new studio that will be focusing on movies.
Okay.
Called Pierrot Films.
I feel like everybody's dividing off. You know what I mean? Didn't you say the same thing for the guy that created Chainsaw Man or something like that? That he's
doing his own studio,
his own studio
But
too.
they're doing a combination of anime and movies. But Pierrot Films, like, they've been in the game for a while, doing Bleach, Naruto, Yu Yu Hakusho from the 90s. So what they're trying to do is they're looking at the success of, is it UFO Table or Ufotable?
I like the way you say it first, bro. UFO table.
I like UFO Table, bro. That's probably not right.
I got that from Fred.
UFO. I like
you got
UFO
it.
Table, bro. I'm sorry, bro. If you're gonna roast me, just roast me.
Nah, it's fine. We can
But
roast it
I
outside.
like UFO Table.
So UFO Table, Ufotable, whatever. They're trying to lead into the success of them with their Demon Slayer series, because I know you guys have heard that the last arc, the Infinity Castle arc, is going to be 3 movies.
That last episode.
I just finished it.
The last episode on that last season.
You gotta
That episode, man.
You gotta love shit like that.
They put mad fucking work into it.
Yeah.
You
I
gotta
am
love
telling
shit
you,
that,
like,
bro.
you gotta respect the amount of work, detail, Michael Jackson, slow walk. I'm talking about to the T, man. That episode gave me goosebumps.
I was saying that like as I was watching it, because like when spoilers if you haven't seen it,
Yeah, fine.
bro, when he fucking explodes everything, that one scene
motion,
alone,
bro.
I was like, first of all, this cost an exuberant amount of money, but secondly,
It did.
the beauty of how intricate it all was, bro. Seeing how the fucking explosion happened and it just fucking, bro,
Now, I've always said about Demon Slayer that they're milking the shit out of this fucking anime.
They are.
absolutely.
Milking it. I don't think the freaking last arc needs to have 3 whole movies.
You don't
It
think
doesn't.
so?
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
But what
bro.
if it's 3 Mugen trains back to back?
But that's the thing. I still go watch it because
Absolutely.
if this is the type of quality we're gonna get from the movie just from this last episode,
Yeah.
I'm take my money.
You know what I'm saying?
You're milking it. I know you're milking it, but fuck it, bro. Take my money. I can't. It's so fucking good,
So I
bro.
was saying this as well as I was watching it. Like, for example, like how would you feel if they came out with a movie every year?
In that quality,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad, bro.
I would not allow it.
No?
There's 12 months in a year and there's the rest of this year. So as beautiful as the movies could be, like imagine, because every season is, you could probably say like 8 to 12 episodes, whatever.
Mhm.
Every episode is 20 minutes long.
Okay.
So even if the movie is like an hour and a half, that's only like what, 3 episodes?
But they're
3,
gonna
4?
what I think what they're gonna
20
do
minutes, it's like 6 episodes, kind of.
Either way, the point is it's a whole season. You know what I mean? And
Right.
how long does it take to come out with a season?
I think what they're gonna do with the movies is they're gonna focus on 3 main fights. There's a lot of fighting going in the last arc. A lot of good fights. Especially if you read the manga, what's about to come up.
Yeah.
And what fight you're really looking forward to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think they're gonna break it into like those 3 good ass fights and focus on that.
Probably.
And just give it that fucking killer animation on it. I'm talking about just that good sauce and just, they're cooking, bro. And they're cooking hard. They're barbecuing, slow roast over there.
There's no doubt.
Slow roast over there, man. Woo.
So as far as movies, just the idea of releasing, even though it's still anime and it's still animated, like they put more money into the movies than they do a season. So the quote that they have here is that they want to make anime that wows, and we want to commit to bringing a one-of-a-kind visual experience to the world while still upholding their creative values. So right now, like I know there's Naruto movies, and, I think Bleach has movies maybe, but they are kind of like filler, even though the quality is there animation wise, but like the story and the attention is not there. So they want the same people that are making and helming these animes, they want them to do the movies.
As long, like, okay, let's use Demon Slayer as an example.
Right. That's the most popular, not popular, but that's the best example. That's like the MCU right now of movies for anime.
So Demon Slayer, right? It's done.
Right.
It's done. It's over. They're, nobody's probably going to touch it. And if they do, it's going to take a while. It makes sense to do movies for that. Because first of all, it's good. Second of all, you've seen what they've done with it in anime form already. So putting those into movies makes sense. Don't just bring the movies out like out of nowhere. Where in a similar vein, it's like those Naruto movies or those Bleach movies, even though they look pretty as fuck. Like what is it? What does it really give?
I mean, have you seen Naruto the Last? Like the episode, the movie. So it's a movie where he marries Hinata.
Yeah,
that's a good movie.
Beautiful.
I mean,
it's a good movie.
I haven't seen it, so I can't.
Heartwarming.
It's heartwarming. It's nice. Or even like imagine Battle of Gods. What is it? Fucking Dragon Ball Superhero. Those movies. Broly.
Well, that's actually a great example.
Broly's a more recent example, but before Broly, there was Battle of Gods, Resurrection F.
I don't think those movies even compare to Broly.
So why? So Broly is the trajectory. That's the peak.
That's what you want,
right?
Consistently, you give us that consistently,
right?
But so
I'll be happy.
The studio is starting up, so who knows what they can do? As far as like movies in the future for your favorite anime.
Don't do Battle of Gods again. Don't set that up again.
Battle of Gods was nice, bro.
Battle of Gods was good, but why was it in the show if it was already a movie?
Right. Okay. So
or vice versa.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
Do you get what I mean now?
Yeah.
One more thing before we move on to the next thing. The other thing I keep thinking about is JJK, right?
Okay.
The last season they did MAPPA. I feel that was also an incredible work.
It was beautiful.
It was beautiful. Now, can they come? Have you seen their last JJK movie?
Zero?
Yeah.
What did you think about that?
That
Did you
nice.
like the animation?
Yeah.
It could have been better.
It could have been better.
It could have been better, especially watching everything
Compared
we watching.
to the anime.
Compared to the anime, the last season, I feel like they could have definitely done better.
And with the culling games coming. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, if you know about JJK and the chapters, it's about to get fucking wild.
So you want movies out of that? Or
I would love a movie.
You could make, I feel like low key, they're already making a series out of it. I feel like you could have made the culling games a movie.
Yes.
Really, if we're being honest with each other. You know what I mean?
Yes. All right. Y'all ready for the meat and potatoes?
Meat and potatoes.
Meat and potatoes. Time to grub, time to eat, get your forks, get your knives. The boys are cooking today.
All right. Kaiju number 8.
Numero Ocho.
Or sometimes known as Monster number 8.
Yeah, no, I like Kaiju better if I'm honest.
Who says monster, bro? Is that the American way of saying it?
That's the American way of
saying
monster.
it? Monster
So
number 8.
It's the Japanese way, but said in English.
Right.
Just say kaiju, bro. You know what a kaiju is.
Well, so when we get into it, we talked about in the beginning about like he says.
Uma pausa no seu podcast para falar sobre a beleza, essa força poderosa que nos move. No Grupo L'Oréal, nós criamos a beleza com sustentabilidade. Utilizamos em nossas embalagens 85% de plástico PET de origem reciclada. 65% dos ingredientes vieram de base biológica ou derivados de minerais abundantes. Grupo L'Oréal, nós criamos a beleza que move o mundo.
ugly as a kaiju. Because to me, kaiju means big monster. But kaiju, I guess, just means monster.
Yeah.
So he's like,
because remember they say like, what was it, do kaiju?
Right.
Yeah, there's different types of
forms.
kaijus.
Or the home kaiju or whatever. But, I'm like, kaiju, why would they think he's a kaiju? I would just think that he's like an ugly guy. but if you go...
He's a humanoid kaiju. Bro.
Yeah,
but if you go that he's a kaiju means monster, then I guess he is a kaiju. So it's a Japanese manga series written and illustrated by Naoya Matsumoto, originally serialized on the Shonen Jump Plus app. I talk about this app all the time.
You sounded excited about that. Like, I was fucking right.
Big plug,
bro. Because when I saw that it was originally serialized on this app, I was like, wow, that's kind of dope.
That's huge, bro.
And the website in July of 2020. And then as of July this year, it's collected in 13 tankobon volumes. So before I get into the anime, just talking about the manga, I remember both of you guys on separate occasions told me that they were thinking about canceling the manga before it even had an anime.
Yeah.
So I couldn't find any of that online.
What?
But you both said this to me.
Yes. I even said that to Sarah on our little interview.
Where did you hear this? Or what's...
So what happens is, right?
Go ahead.
When something's good and it starts gaining traction, they try to get rid of all the bullshit that they were trying to, this is the thing.
Oh, you think
bro,
so?
This shit,
I know so.
This shit escalated. I'm like I was saying, bro, on the last podcast with Sarah, that the whole kaiju shit escalated. Because when I was reading the books, I even told you, bro, there was talk about they were gonna cancel it. The numbers weren't there, or whatever was happening. I don't know. Maybe in Japan, kaiju just wasn't hitting right. But when they brought this shit to America, I don't know if we just eating that shit up quickly. And once we were eating it up, it escalated, bro. Next thing you know, they wanted to make this into an anime, and before you know it, they had a fucking video game, bro. Like,
and the funniest shit about that is, I don't even know if you heard this, they wanted to cancel the anime too.
Really?
They wanted to cut the anime off, bro.
Well, because I know the manga took a hiatus for a month, but that was the only thing I could find that
it took more than one, but it's good.
It's good.
So I'm
or maybe I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's good. I felt like when I did read the first couple of chapters, it was a slow start, and it was like your other regular animes that you would watch. You know what I'm talking about? Like your
it kind of reminds me of Mashle. So we are going to be talking about, or we're doing spoilers or whatever, but just until the end of the first season, where he has this secret, and then they're like, oh, how long can he hide it? He hides it for 10 episodes.
Look,
same as Mashle.
Look, I got something to say about that shit, but we'll get into it. I got something like that pisses me off. And there's shit that I'm just like,
okay, I do want to hear the qualms, bro, because it's just like there's maybe one or two negative things I could say, but other than that, I just don't have anything bad to say about it.
Like you guys said, it was going to be canceled, or it wasn't doing too many, too hot of numbers, and maybe because it was on the Shonen Jump Plus app exclusively until it was serialized not too long afterwards, to be honest. I think it was like a couple months from like July to August. Then in August, it was on Viz Media, and then after that, they started like saying, okay, let's print physical copies. But the anime is produced by Production IG. We talked about them in our Toonami episode. They do Fooly Cooly and all the spin-offs, progressive, alternative. They do Haikyuu, the volleyball anime. Mm-hmm. They do Immortal Grand Prix, which is that Toonami original anime. So I do want to talk about basically just like favorite characters and favorite moments and just overall feelings of the show. So you guys, I know you guys love this manga and anime. So I'm gonna let you guys go first. Favorite characters, favorite moments.
Go ahead, Fred. You're the guest. Come through, bro.
I mean, I could say my favorite character, it gotta be Kafka, bro. Yeah. It really does, bro. Like a secondary favorite character, I could say is
you can keep Kafka. Why Kafka?
I mean, bro, it's just, I don't know, bro. He's like me being at my big old age of 30. Oh my god, it's just so relatable.
I have a note about that.
That's
It's so relatable, bro. Like he's done so much and he's tried so hard,
right?
With nothing in return.
Right.
And he finally just gets a break. And it's just like, it kind of sucks. But at the same time, you got to use the cards you're dealt.
Right.
Plus, I mean, he's very human for being a kaiju. You know what I mean? He was obviously born human. But, like, he's very humble.
He's humble. He's relatable as a person.
Yes, bro.
I think that was something I did like from the book right off the bat. Like, it's so relatable. Like,
yes, man.
You know, and it's just show you guys, don't ever quit on your dreams.
Don't, bro.
Ever.
Don't
quit on those dreams.
I think that's a big part of this anime and manga is that one, he is 30 and they make a big deal about him being 30. Like 30, what the heck? Don't you know anime is for teenagers?
The cutoff. So if you're familiar or for those who are uninitiated,
yeah.
They have the defense force, like the Japan Defense Force or whatever, to fight against kaijus.
Right.
And to be a part of the defense force, you have to join before you're 31.
Yeah.
Either 31 or 32.
Yeah,
but they pushed the age limit.
They pushed
it. They push it after, but like, you know.
No, right before he joins, they're like, yo, they moved it from 35 to 30 or whatever, and he's about to be 31 or some shit like that.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. Like, there's a limit, and
Right.
he's essentially at that limit, bro. You know what I mean?
This was his
like,
last try.
Yeah, bro.
This was
like,
his last year. If he
And
didn't make it in this year, that's it. His dream was over.
It was over, bro.
It was over, man. So he had to give it his all.
So as old farts like we are,
We're not that old,
I
bro.
think it does.
Fogies, bye.
As fogies as we are, I think it does kind of relate and hit to a level that, you know, because they also do have young people in the show, and they've always been doing it. Like even with Naruto, like the tuning exams, they're like, wow, this crop of tunings is like, you know, amazing or whatever. So I think it always has kind of been a thing. But even like the young people in Kaiju number 8, they're like, wow, these people are like way stronger than the fucking batch of cadets from last year. So I think it's a blend of both, of like saying that if you're old, you're not too old to like learn new tricks, I guess. And then young people like embrace the fact that you are the next line of like
you're the next generation of heroes.
That's off top too, though, because enter Ichikawa. Like, he's literally introduced in the very beginning.
Yeah.
And they have that dynamic the whole way through.
I kind of didn't like him
even
at first,
when
bro.
they get separated. I mean, yeah, but
Why? Because of his cockiness?
Yeah.
that's where, but that's a part of it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, Kafka gets him to open up.
Yeah.
And he's just like, all right, you know, I'm not that much of an asshole.
Right.
You know, I'm a little more likable. And he only gets more likable
That's the
as it goes.
As
You
it
know what I
progresses,
mean?
yeah.
Yeah, no,
But they keep that energy throughout the whole time, and they start to slowly but surely like understand that they can put each other on a level field. You know what I mean? And just because you're older or just because you're younger, you can still be that, but you can still be equal. It's not you always have to protect me, or you know, you have to watch out for this. Whatever the case may be.
Favorite moment.
Moment. We're keeping it inside of season 1.
Unfortunately.
Damn, bro.
My boy won't read a book.
I read it, but just for the fucking fans, bro.
Oh, man.
Just for the listeners.
I guess. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess.
You can give me a moment outside, but just please try not to spoil. We haven't done until we do the spoiler episode. Do not do any spoilers. I have a whole episode ready to teach Lewis how to talk about anime without spoiling it. You can talk about moments without spoiling it.
Yes. So I'll keep it inside.
Just keep it inside, bro. You're gonna get Xavier wrapped up, bro. Let's not do it on this episode.
Blood boiling, bro. Got kaiju blood right now.
It's hard to pick one top moment because like the fight with Vice Captain Hoshina and 10. For me, I like that shit. The secondary person that I was gonna say is my favorite is Hoshina. You know what I'm saying? Just because of like how he operates and like, you know, he got the dual sword style.
Is he the vice captain?
Yes, he's the vice.
So that's my favorite character.
Okay, yeah.
I feel like we all got the favorite character because that was actually my favorite character.
Really?
Next to Kafka. Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
Those are like my 2 favorite.
Well, bro, they're the best. They're the best characters, bro.
They are.
Yeah, just,
you know,
just the fact that he's got the sword. So
the fact, and I also like the fact that he is one of the people that actually give Kafka a chance, a fighting chance to really, because technically he failed.
It's him, yeah.
If it wasn't for Hoshina, if it wasn't for him, the vice captain, he wouldn't be
literally.
Yeah. He only brought him on because he thought it was funny. He's like, yeah, you need some fun. He's like,
you need some humor, bro. You do, man. Because sometimes
of King Kai,
Mina, bro, she be fucking serious as fuck. I'd be like, God,
she opens up at the end.
Big RBF.
Yeah, she opens up.
RBF.
No, man, he reminds me of King Kai, where he talks about to Goku. He's like, you need a sense of humor, or I won't train you.
You do, bro. You need a sense of humor.
That's why they're my 2 favorite characters, bro. They're the funniest ones out of the whole damn show.
Yeah, well, I remember when you recommended this manga manga to me, one thing that you didn't tell me was how funny it was. And when I read it, I was like, it's funny. It's super funny.
It's so good. That's what makes a good story.
Yeah.
That's why I knew it was going to be such a good anime before they gave all this bullshit. You know what I mean?
Well, that's why I like Dr. Stone so much, because of the science and all that shit. But
And the
then
humor.
because it is super, super funny.
Oh, the second fucking favorite part.
Yeah.
The very end when he gets caught and
He's fighting the general or whatever.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that shit was kind of dope.
That last fight with the general, he gave it his all. He was possessed.
I was about to say,
Technically, he was possessed.
He didn't give it his
He didn't give it
all,
his all,
but-
but he was possessed, bro. But it's just to
Something
show
else
you
did.
how strong that kaiju was. Like,
He was gonna
the
kill
inner
him, bro.
kaiju in him, the inner dog in him was really was.
He was gonna kill him, bro. I think he gave it his all.
No,
he stopped
well, he
himself at the
wasn't.
end.
That's what I was saying. It wasn't him, though. Yeah,
It wasn't him. It was a
Right.
dog in him, bro. It was two different people.
It was. Essentially, the dog being the parasite kaiju.
yeah, the
thing, that was-
Yeah.
The Dai Kaiju, yeah.
But, like
That's true, man.
he did. Technically, I guess you could say he gave it his all at the end because
He
he
was about to
stopped himself from killing him.
Right.
That's
Like,
him giving his all,
Punching
bro.
his own core and shit.
Yeah,
so
What about you, Kid Lewis? What favorite moments, favorite characters?
So favorite characters, like I said, the vice captain and Kafka, definitely. And then favorite moments, man. I think it has to be the fight with the vice captain and Kaiju number 10. That fight was pretty lit, bro. And it's just to show you, man, he's like, you don't really need big guns. Like the captain, you don't really need all that. Like Mina, two good swords, bro. That's all you truly need. That's all you truly need, bro.
So I was actually watching one of the episodes with my girl, and she was just, because I had to get through it for this episode, and
it's a good show.
no, I know, but I was like, fucking, I have
to get through
it.
So I
Oh,
had
it's so boring.
I had to binge it,
Oh,
bro.
why did Lewis recommend this?
It's not bingeable.
I was
Just enjoy it, bro.
I was binging it. I was like episode after episode. It was cutting into my quality time with my, my girl.
My extracurricular
Activities.
Whatever. So the captain, she's shooting a big gun at the mushroom kaiju, and then they're like, "Oh wow, she's the only one who can handle this gun." And I'm like, "What's so impressive about her? She's shooting a big gun, whatever."
RBF with a big gun. Like,
Yeah,
bro,
what the fuck
come
does that matter? Like, it's more impressive that this guy can, with the swords.
Yep.
So that's when I was like, okay,
No, he's tough, bro.
It gets
He's
so
tough.
much cooler too, bro.
yeah, no,
Like,
I
yo.
He's
bet.
tough, bro.
I bet.
my God.
Real shit. He's tough as hell, man.
How do you guys feel about the super suits?
Oh, how about you? How do you feel about the power system
With the
being
suits, right?
Yeah, with the suits being incorporated? Like why does Kafka can't get to that 1%?
Because it sucks, bro.
Because yeah. So I
Is it
did
the
have a hard
kaiju in
time.
him stopping him from getting to that 1%? Like,
I
is that,
personally feel like because there are some people who
'Cause-
just can't do it, right?
well,
Because
this-
they get into the they pass all the tests or whatever,
Mhm.
and then they get to the physical and they get some shit like that. It's like an aptitude thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's as far as I understand, it's based on like a cellular
compatibility,
It's
right?
almost
Right.
like solo leveling almost.
almost, yeah. Because later on in the story, you'll find out that there's more to it, and like the kaiju number 2,
Yeah.
that the
Yeah.
general has,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he can only wield it because he was the strongest soldier they ever had.
Right. Right.
So it's just like that, where it's like
But do you think it's kind of flimsy?
it is. There's not a lot.
That's my perspective on it. Is this the whole idea of like the suits? Like you have the suits, and then you can they tell them, oh, like most people tap out between 20 and 30. You know,
Yes.
like it's meant to be broken. Like this limiter. It's almost like the scouter. Like,
Yeah.
it's over 9,000. Like
It's meant-
the number doesn't mean anything.
I mean, it does get broken though. Like,
Yeah, they break
it all
it all
ties in like closer to where the manga is now. Like, you'll see that if you read it. But
Yeah.
like, for example, with Kafka not being able to do it, I feel like he can't operate a kaiju suit because his cellular is at a kaiju level at that point.
I thought there was just like he couldn't like get past the 1% because he's already a kaiju.
Right.
So since the suits are made out of kaijus, like he's not compatible. So
Right.
he's just not going to
Exactly.
be able to pull the full force of a kaiju suit when he's already a kaiju himself.
Exactly.
You get what I'm
I just
saying?
think
I
he
thought
sucks, bro.
so. I don't.
I just think he's just not strong, bro.
No, I think he's strong. I think everybody's capable of pulling because they train.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's how they keep leveling up the suits or like keep pushing the power level of the suits by training, because you do see like some characters start at 17 and by the end of the, season 1, they're like at 30%.
Right.
you know,
was younger.
or occasionally they could pull in mid-death situations of 40%, like an extra 10 more percent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, bro, it happens all the time, bro. They break that shit all the time.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I think it's meant to be broken, but the fact that it as a device, I'm kind of not too much of a fan. Like, oh my God, he fucking got another 10%. Like, yeah, no shit.
I mean, they gotta introduce something though. They're fighting against damn kaiju, bro.
I know.
You know, like you can't do that as a normal person.
You can, bro.
Really, you know what it is? Is like it's kind of wishy-washy, but like for example, the weapons they use. Like the weapons they use are what they use to fight against the kaiju because it can damage them.
And they only have
Like,
2 weapons.
normal-
Have you noticed that? They have the handgun and then the rifle.
Yeah.
Like that's like standard weapons for every cadet.
Right.
Yeah.
And then of
But
course, like
but
once
but
you
the power of the rifle comes from your suit, which comes from you.
yes.
No, I don't think that's the case.
No?
I think it has its own. I think in order to wield the rifle has its own power, but your output depends on how much you handle in the suit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like what? Like let me see. For example, the way Mina can shoot those fucking elephant rifles
Yeah.
is because she can put her output out so high.
Right. But I don't think any of those other cadets can use that same gun. even
No,
against the same
she's the
bullets.
only one that
They
can use
can't,
that gun.
because she can put so much output.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's not it's like the gun itself has the power already. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of
You know,
if you can.
I always thought
Inside
that
the suit.
Mina's
Feel me?
rifle, that fucking elephant rifle she carries, I thought that was like a number weapon.
I thought so too.
For a second, it's just a regular
so, too.
developed weapon.
Well, because it's that's like Hoshina's blades as well.
Yeah.
That is also
Like
I
a
thought was a
specialty,
number,
yeah.
but it's not.
It's not. It's just a regular
But
big ass rifle.
I was talking shit about the rifle, but when she loads it up, like especially at least in the anime, the way it like zooms in, I was like, damn, that's just kind of cool.
It is. I mean, they make it cool. But
Yeah,
it's
it's a big gun, but I'm like,
It's-
it's a big gun.
Hey, she can handle it.
Yeah.
That's what Kafka knows. She can handle the big stuff. Hey.
save it for the other podcast, bro.
Say for the Hood Rap
Lifestyle
podcast.
podcast coming soon.
So the suits are an inspiration from like the Godzilla movie, this Godzilla Final Wars, and we will talk about it when we talk more about these other kaijus. But the last thing I want to talk about, or at least for me, is the designs. So how do you guys feel about the designs in the anime versus the manga?
I guess that would be one of the only few things I could say negative about it.
Yeah,
but
you said yeah too.
I do have I have an addendum as well
You have
for
one too, you
that.
said.
I personally feel like it is translated goofy because of how goofy this show is.
Right, that's what I think.
And that's it. Like I understand that it doesn't look as crispy as in the manga, but I feel like that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like they look that way on purpose.
So I was prepared for you guys to call me a hypocrite or contrarian,
Let's hear it, bro.
but I like the CGI in this anime.
I bet you do.
I
I bet you do.
I do. And a showcase of it that I really like, or something that, an example I can point to is the opening. So I'm not
The opening song?
I'm not a real big
That's
fan
it.
of the song. The song
That was the second. Not what I don't like, the reasoning as to why other people don't like it. I low key feel like they're hating because it's like Americanized.
Because of the song
Americanized.
being a little bit more English.
The songs
Yeah.
being English and just I feel like they attribute to how it was translated as an anime to it being like catering to America almost. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. I can see
So
that.
about the opening song, 2 things I want to say. I personally loved the song.
You did?
So
I did. I personally loved the song. I don't like the video.
I think it's too okay, bet. I
Yeah.
like the video.
It
but I
gives
don't
me
like the
some
song.
venom, kind of like
Yeah.
it doesn't even like relate to the fucking
Yeah,
But
but
it's-
that's actually
to the
what I was gonna
anime.
say. The second
It's
kinda
kinda weird.
It kind of reminds me of the X-Men or like even or early Spider-Man, how it does like the cells and they mutate
See,
and
yeah.
it's
Yeah, but
or even the CGI. Like when you see him, like it, he positions himself to look like the cover of the chapter 1 or whatever of the manga. And I can see that, and I like the way it looks. I think he looks ugly.
It looks
It
fantastic,
looks gross.
but
it looks like ugh.
it doesn't. That was my qualm, is that it doesn't pull it together visually. Yeah, it looks great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which even the ending, like the ending song as well as the ending thing,
I
it's-
like that a lot.
That's what
the
I'm
ending
saying.
song I did like.
Nobody loves you the way I do.
Shout out to One Republic, man. You know what I'm saying? Like Ryan Tedder, all that good stuff.
I
man.
loved it.
But like, is the girl and like,
Oh, right.
you don't even really realize who she is until a few episodes in.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It
It's
really
who the
is,
fuck
yeah.
This girl with this rainbow ass, like, who cares who she is?
I know. I feel
But
the same
she's
way,
literally like the cohesion.
kinda. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But no, yeah, it's all good.
That's openings and closings. Like, it's in your face and you don't see it until you get to it. And then it's the same opening, but then you're like, oh, wow, that's who that is. Or that's, they got to that or whatever.
Yeah. Now I got one more question, bro.
Yeah.
So me personally, right? Like maybe episode 1 and 2, I personally didn't like the animation. I felt like it was too flat. I felt like later on they kind of like added more money to the budget.
Maybe.
And it just got a little bit better. But if you watch the first 2 episodes, the characters look flat, like no detail. It was just like one color skin, like no shadows, no nothing. It was just, I don't know. Something about the anime threw me off on the first 2 episodes. After that, I feel like it just gradually got better and better and better towards the end. Like the budget got raised. Corporate came in and was like, yo, we're doing pretty good in numbers. Let's raise up the budget a little bit.
That's bro, because remember what I said earlier when they were going to cancel the show? I feel like that's what it came down to. Whoever they may be decided to just
corporate people, bro.
throw the money in after.
Yeah.
They were just like,
just rewatch
let's just
it.
make sure.
If you ever just watch episode 1 and then watch the last episode, and I think you'll see a huge difference in animation. Even the drawings, like there was a scene where Kafka picks up the minivan. Even that part looked Yankee. Like it just didn't look right.
Right.
Yeah.
Even Kikoru, she looked way much better in the later episodes than she did in the beginning when they introduced her with the pigtails and everything. I don't know, man. Something about the drawing just did not look right.
Well, I forgot about her. I do like her a lot. And I don't like her at first either. I thought she was kind of a brat, but
She is a brat.
She's
at first.
but I like that she's like all blushy and she kind of has a crush on this guy. And
I don't think she does. Have that was established. I don't think she has a crush on Kafka.
He's 30.
He's just
She's
funny,
that young,
and he treats her differently.
well, I don't think he has a crush on her.
No,
Well,
I don't think
obviously
she
not.
has a crush on him. I just
You
think
don't?
that he treats her differently than
Yes.
she's normally treated. Because automatically
I don't
when
know,
she
man.
walks in, everybody know who she is.
Yeah.
They're like, oh my God, that's the,
But
you know what I'm
that's
talking
not
about?
when
That's
she
her
starts-
daughter.
That's
That's
not when she starts crushing on him. She starts crushing on him when he saves her. And that's when, she gets all like...
Well,
like,
she notices when he's trying to. For me, I'm looking at it as look at who her dad is.
yeah.
Right.
Even though he is who he is, he's never really done anything like that for her. You know what I mean? Like he's never stepped up to save her in that regard like that. So
Yeah.
because she's always at the top.
Right.
You know what I mean? So she never really has anybody coming to her aid like that. But just to see how he operates and the fact that he is as human as he is, you know what I mean? I feel like that's
That's what I think, man. I don't think she wants to kiss him. But I just think that she has like this sort of
all
like...
her senpai shit.
Yes. Like,
Notice me, senpai.
I was
That's
just
my
going to say
senpai,
that.
yeah.
Yes,
Well,
man.
towards the end, she was kind of like rooting for him in that last fight
Yeah,
with the general.
like a friend or whatever. But
Yeah.
I
she
don't know.
was like,
Maybe,
Kafka, show
maybe-
him you're human.
maybe
Right.
because she's a girl, but she gets a little blushy, and I'm just like, oh my god, girl. Wait. I have like some stuff about kaijus. So
Go ahead, man.
here's some things for kaijus. So you talked about how you really like kaijus, and I do kind of like kaijus as well. I don't have that super affinity towards it, but just basically, I should have like titled this something like sizes or something, but
Its own.
yeah, it's on like little things. So kaijus, like how big is the kaiju? So the Cloverfield kaiju. So this kaiju is called Clover. The kaiju from Cloverfield is between 240 and 300 feet.
It is very big, bro.
It's big. It's as
Well,
big.
are we talking about the one that came at the very end or the one that they were fighting like in the movie, like throughout the movie?
The one at the very end.
The one at the very end is very, very big.
It's cool in the movie, like the way they shoot it and the way it looks. But I feel like as a monster, it is kind of weak. What do you guys feel?
Yeah.
In the Cloverfield,
Because I mean,
Cloverfield, yeah.
I mean, it laid eggs, gave out some babies.
Yeah, those
think-
little Hoju kaijus or whatever they call
But
it.
I feel like that scene kind of reminded me of
The monkey
Godzilla. When Godzilla was pregnant in New York and gave birth to all these little mini Godzillas.
In that movie?
Well, it is like a
It's kind of
whole
like
thing.
that. And then we're in the subway and running.
Yeah.
It was kind of like a little glimpse. I'm like, okay, Cloverfield. I see y'all trying
I
to snatch
feel
a couple of
like-
scenes.
Yeah.
For the movie, it's good. I like how it's like all
Yeah.
spindly and you can't really see it, and it kind of has like a real like domineering presence when it is on camera.
Fuck that
Just
nigga that
because-
was recording, bro. couldn't never get the right
Shittest,
shot.
bro.
Right.
And he's panicking, bro. You
I know.
fucking get that
Shittest
shot.
cameraman ever.
Right? Fuck, bro. You got the camera. You can't just fucking twist your wrist up a little bit.
Oh my
Trying to get a
God.
glimpse.
But as far as like when you do get a good look at it, it does look kind of nice. But I think in comparison to other kaiju, I just think it's kind of weak.
The kaiju universe, the Cloverfield universe,
Kaiju-universe?
it all hopefully. Like I think it's weak to what that movie is, because like for example, in that other movie they have like aliens and shit like that. So it's like they're all designed to be different. Like I think that was a water bearing kaiju, so I think it makes sense. Like Godzilla, I guess you could call him a water bearing kaiju, whatever. But like, bro, he can do what he wants. He's Godzilla, bro. He can do what he wants.
Right.
I feel like this is more.
I just think he looks like a fucking kaiju that you feed to Godzilla,
He's
Like-
not though. They're essentially bigger than Godzilla.
I know. When I was doing the research, I was like, wow, really?
Yeah, bro.
So the next one is the Pacific Rim kaijus. So
Okay.
there's many kaijus in Pacific Rim.
Different levels.
And there's a lot of different levels. So they are on like a scale. They're categorized on a scale known as the Serizawa scale. And they're categorized almost like hurricanes from category 1 to category 5.
Yowza scale.
Yeah.
The Wowzer scale.
Separated by water displacement, toxicity, and ambient radiation levels. So just for some perspective, category 3 kaiju, the knife head, which is like one of the famous ones in the movie, he's around like 315 feet tall. So how do you guys feel about the kaijus in Pacific Rim?
Love them.
Love them?
I love that they're signed. They're more.
I like that they're diversified.
Yeah,
I like that
right.
there's a lot of them. Like if you
There's like a crab one. There's
Yeah,
a
there's
bat
like different versions
one.
of them.
like for example, there's like the Godzilla versus Kong thing, but there's also the TV series, the Monarch TV series,
Yeah.
that also has like different Mothras and stuff like that.
Right.
So I mean, I feel like it's nice that it's more, but I feel like I like that universes better than the Pacific Rim universes.
Monarch and Godzilla versus Pacific Rim? Yeah. Oh, for sure. Just because I feel like they have a lot of different powers that the Pacific Rim kaijus really don't have. They're not leaning into fodder like the Cloverfield one,
Right.
but they do have like a personality to them that I really do like. Then the biggest one for that one, a category 5 kaiju, is the Slattern and the Mega Kaiju, which
Like
are 596 and 672 feet respectively,
Jeez.
which is crazy big.
Yeah, that's stupid, bro.
And then the last one I have is just Godzilla, King of the Kaijus.
How
So,
big is Mount Everest? Isn't it like 3,000 feet? Or am I?
okay, so Mount Everest is 29,031 feet.
Okay, so I think I was thinking 30,000, not 3,000. Okay, so if that's 30,000, so you said it's like 600.
So
So what's closer to that? What is the Statue of Liberty?
300.
I mean, for a kaiju though, I feel like 600 feet for a kaiju is kind of like
Is it overkill?
no. I feel like that's where it like starts. I feel like that's where a staple kaiju should be.
Well, so Godzilla, the biggest he's been is 393 feet
Ever?
ever.
Really?
A little under 400 feet.
Well, not ever, because obviously he becomes like a whole planet at some point. But
Oh, yeah.
you know,
Well, so roughly he's between 350 and 400 feet.
even
So,
in the newest one, like the Zero,
Yeah.
or the Sheen or whatever.
yeah. So, but he does have the atomic breath.
Yeah.
And then in -1, he was actually almost the shortest that he's been at 164 feet.
Oh, he was still growing. This is the
Really?
beginning
Yeah.
of.
Right. Yeah.
Godzilla,
But I think he capped out at like 180 feet in that one. Yeah. And then in Godzilla Final Wars, which is has a lot of inspiration for Kaiju number 8. I don't know if you've seen it, but that's an amazing movie.
No.
As far as like, not junk food, but like a fucking kaiju big action cheesy
Right.
B movie. It's really good. Because in that movie, the characters have super suits that they use to fight the kaijus, which, has that. But then what do you guys feel about Godzilla?
I love Godzilla.
They have
I grew up on
Godzilla, a reference of Godzilla in the Kaiju number 8
Do they?
world. Yeah, he's Kaiju or weapon Kaiju number 2.
Yeah. Okay. I get. Yeah. All right. I see that.
Yeah, he was
That's
the
why he's
weapon
the
number 2.
strongest
That's why he wields the strongest, and they're like. So they kind of reference that kaiju as like the Godzilla of that universe.
I guess that.
So out of all the kaijus I named, though, and maybe ones that, like how you said, like Monarch or these other ones, like what is your favorite kaiju?
Favorite ever?
Yeah. Rodan, Ghidra, Gamera, Destrutroya.
I will always call him the King Ghidorah, bro.
King Ghidorah.
The King Ghidorah, bro.
Okay.
That's it, bro.
Mecha? Or
No.
Okay.
Original, bro.
What about you, Lewis?
Damn.
Godzilla's a staple.
Yeah,
you know what
Godzilla's
I mean?
a staple.
Because I feel like Godzilla would just be too easy. You know what I mean?
Well, your favorite superhero can be Superman.
Okay.
That's
At what cost? Your soul? I mean,
Superman's good, bro.
yeah. I mean, of course he's good. He's designed to be good.
Okay, what about Batman? Can your favorite superhero be Batman?
I feel like that's a very niche superhero as well.
Batman?
Like, just to be an antagonist of Superman. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know,
I mean-
pick the Flash. You know, like it's okay for the Flash to be your favorite superhero.
It's okay to be for Superman. My favorite kaiju is Godzilla.
I mean,
He's the king of the kaijus.
I guess,
He's the king of the kaiju. So besides Godzilla, I will
That's
say
fair.
I do like Rodan. I think Rodan, like a pterodactyl one. I like Destrutroya. I just like that he has like these knives things on his face. I like Anguirus. He's got like, the fucking...
He's a dinosaur, bro.
He's a dinosaur.
he's a modern time dinosaur.
I do like Gamera. He's like the turtle one with the jetpacks in his feet. Yeah, I like all of them, to be honest. But you gotta go with Godzilla. He's got the atomic breath, bro. He's got the atomic breath.
I know. It was just too easy, man. You know?
Too easy.
He was too easy.
Hey, he's classic for a reason. What you kid, Lewis? Favorite kaiju?
I'm trying to think, bro. I don't think I have a favorite, being honest.
You love them all.
They'll straight to me, bro.
Like they are odd. They're not all Goku, bro.
Right. My favorite kaiju is Goku.
It might as well be, you know.
Yeah, nah, bro. They're all right to me.
All right, well, there it is. All right, well, and then video games and movies. So they don't have any movies.
Yeah.
Not yet, but looking at the way that the landscape is for anime studios in general, who knows if like kaiju might also try to like get on the bandwagon of making movies.
Depending on the numbers. I think if they get really good numbers, they might push for a movie. I mean, they already pushed for a video game, and that shit came quick.
Bro, I feel like
How quick was this game in production?
They could do so much with games, bro.
They could. I mean,
They got real potential for work.
Have you
for a
played
game,
Godzilla King or Destroy All Monsters?
Yeah.
Or whatever it's called. They have that one, and there's a few other ones.
I wouldn't want that.
No? Well, just because there's kaijus, or how about Titanfall? Like a Titanfall kind of, where you can run around and jump in and fucking kill like something big as fuck.
I feel like it would have to mesh Titanfall and Attack on Titan together, because like it would have to play in a similar vein. Like it could be a fighting game. It could be a different take on a fighting game where you either play as cadets or play as kaiju or some like something like that.
You gotta go story mode, solo player.
That's what I was originally thinking anyways.
Yeah.
Like that would be the best bet.
Well, we talked about it with the Fire Force episode. I'm just surprised that they don't have any video games because for the same reason. Like I think that they would make amazing fighting or video game characters. But they do have a video game coming out. It was only released as far as like an announcement that they are going to be releasing it. It's being developed by Akatsuki Games based on the manga and anime of the same name. But besides that, there's not really any information about it. Just like a trailer that, we will put in the video version. But
I guess I just don't want the Tokyo Ghoul game route. Have either of y'all played the Tokyo Ghoul game?
No.
Trash. Bro. I mean, these anime games are hit or miss, bro. Like sometimes they are like bangers, sleeper hits, but then sometimes it is kind of like
I feel like a lot of
like movie, like when they used to do a movie and they make a video game for the movie. Like that, like it's either a really good game like Spider-Man 2 or it's a really ass game like Spider-Man 3. So
yeah, you're right.
Yo, there was one more thing that I wanted to bring up before we moved into what we're watching, reading, and playing.
Good.
So there's a point where Kafka pisses me the fuck off, right?
Okay.
I feel like every time he gets a chance, he like wants to expose himself. How do you feel about that? I feel like when that last episode when they were fighting Kaiju number 10 and he decides to do a kamikaze and just put all the kaijus together and just bomb the whole place, right? I feel like low key Kafka could have hit somewhere in a fucking building, transformed and popped out instead of walking in front of them and then turning into the kaiju.
So I can fight this.
Go ahead.
I can fight this.
Ooh.
It is not his nature.
To
So
hide.
be all sneaky and deceitful.
So that, as well as
Which has been proven because his friend is always telling him like, yo, stop doing that. Stop exposing yourself like that.
not even so much as to attract attention, but more so as like people are in danger and I just might not have the time. Saving the people is more important than myself.
Right, or keeping my secret or whatever.
That's what it comes down to. That's number one. And then number two, I think also in the back of his mind, because you don't really know much about his kaiju state right now. Because even in the last episode of the anime, he says he doesn't even have a heart anymore. He's got a core.
Right.
Right. So you don't even know if it could be a thing where he'll fuck around and just turn and not be able to turn back.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened. He was like in the sunken place.
I think he's like, regardless of whether he'll be able to gain control of himself, you know,
Completely.
freely, or whether he'll be able to just transform and not transform back. I think in the back of his mind, he's also doing this because of the simple fact that he wants to get people acclimated to understanding that just because it takes a kaiju form doesn't mean that it's the kaiju nature that everybody knows off top.
Okay.
Like in the very first episode with the girl, like when he saves the family, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Or the mom and the daughter, whatever.
I mean, he did look creepy as fuck. He was peeing from his nipples.
He does look very
He was peeing from his nipples. He's like, oh shit, this is how I pee.
he does look very offsetting, right? But I feel like that ties into it. I feel like, you know, this is different, this is weird, this is crazy, but it doesn't have to be bad.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Right.
So he's just like, fuck it, bro. I'm just gonna do it, and I'm just gonna show everybody because that's the stance he's taking when he gets captured and caught. Like it turns into a different stance where he's like, he gets told that he has to be useful or else they're gonna kill him. You know what I mean? So that's the stance that it shifts into. But that's not the stance that's taken when he does it.
No. But I mean, I do know that he explains why he did it, like why he exposed himself like that.
Right.
You know, he did say what you were saying basically, that he'd rather save people, put the people first rather than himself. But I just feel like low key he could have hit it a little longer. I felt like every time he had a chance to expose himself, he would.
But that's why I take it back to like Mashal. I knew that by the end of the season, the secret was going to be out. Like the show is not going to be him hiding this secret the whole time.
He wasn't even trying. He wasn't even trying. It was Leno that just kept pushing him to hide his secret.
Yeah, but same with Mashal. He had to be reminded to like hide his stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And he was being with Mash, it's a little bit more, you know, obvious where he has to prove, but it wasn't like, you know, Kafka was cheating at all his exams. He was only turning into the kaiju to help out, but otherwise he was still, you know,
trying to give it his best himself,
the old natural way.
Yeah,
so
the old natural way.
Natural
without the steroids of the kaiju.
Right.
Yeah, that's true, man. But I don't know. Every time I saw that he just kept trying, like he wasn't even trying. And then Leno was like, "Bro, can you at least give it a try to hide the secret? Like, can you at least do that?"
It's not my nature, bro. I'm sorry.
He was like, "Oh, nah, bro. It's just not part of me, bro."
The form of the thing is not the nature of the thing, bro. Yeah.
But that's one like thing that just pisses me off. I was just like, bro, stop. You can hide it. You don't need to keep fucking pulling out, you know, the whole kaiju thing. Like, you don't need to do that, bro. Stop it.
He has to, bro.
You could have lasted to the season 2.
Literally has to.
I wouldn't watch
The secret with it.
I would not watch another season of him hiding his kaiju.
Bro. But when he
There's
did
no
pop
need
out
to.
as a kaiju, he was
Yeah, sometimes
he pulled that all
pop out and show
me.
me.
Damn, why is this all a fucking Kendrick reference today?
Bro, that's too powerful, bro.
Oh man, it's too powerful. Then
It's gonna be
Kendrick doing things,
everywhere.
bro.
It's gonna be everywhere.
Oh man, but that was the thing. I was like, just hold on to the secret, man. Just hold on. You a beast when you come out, bro, and you do the whole superhero thing. Like, I'm here to fucking save you. Like,
Because, I mean, look at everything else around him, though. Hoshino was already on to him, and it wouldn't have taken very long for him to figure it out anyways, because he already felt weird.
yeah, that's true. That's
You
true.
know what I mean?
He was on him.
Between
He
that
had
and...
Well, I mean, technically, every time something would pop off, Kaiju number 8 would pop out.
Right.
So he's like, nah, something's not adding up here. Like, you know what I mean? Like every time something pops up, this nigga shows up from nowhere.
And then
and then he disappears.
Yeah.
And then the other nigga disappears too. Kafka just disappears.
Yeah.
Nobody can read his levels no more. Vitals are gone.
You like Superman, right? You know what I'm saying? So,
I do. I do.
Yeah, you like Kafka, right?
The glasses.
I'm not gonna
can't hide
watch
him far
another
enough.
episode where kaiju he has to turn into the kaiju number 8, and then somebody else has to pretend to be him just to cover his secret identity. I'm not watching that shit.
That and then Mina, bro. You know the whole thing with Mina. Like
I felt bad.
it wouldn't have
man.
worked out if because she would have caught on too.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yes, bro. Yes.
Mina?
Or they would have killed him in the streets again.
Right, and then they would have found out that it was fucking Kafka. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Nah, man.
yeah, no.
Hmm.
I feel like it's going as it's designed.
It was
to go,
needed
you
for
know?
him to expose the secret to move on with the story. I get that for season 2 for the people that read further in the book. I do get that. Why?
How
But
far
it's
have you got in the book? Have you caught up all the way to where they are right now?
I'm not caught up all the way.
What?
but Not all the way. Not all the way, but
So tell me so speaking of, what are you reading, watching, and playing?
now we're jumping into the segment. Okay.
Jumping into it, bro.
Okay, let's jump right into it, man. Reading. Shit, man. That was something I was reading. I forgot to write it down, man. There was something I was reading, bro, but I forgot what I was reading. Shit.
Forgot.
Man. Totally forgot. Slipped my mind. And then, so let's just skip that part real quick.
Our scholarly.
we can come back to it later, man.
Yeah, we'll
Maybe
pivot
next
back.
episode.
Coming at me
we'll
for
come back.
Right, ain't it?
I never said I read, bro. I'm just saying, last episode you said you didn't read either.
Nah, I'll fuck with you.
Watching, damn, bro, this has been a good ass show I've been watching. Why do I always draw blinks when we come to this shit, bro?
Because you don't come prepared.
That's
Too much
that
pressure,
was the
bro.
only thing I didn't come
Too much
prepared,
pressure,
man.
bro.
But I've been watching some like real good shit, and I just can't remember what it
Take
was.
his word for it.
I was trying to think if it's on Netflix, if it's on The Boys.
The
For
Boys.
sure,
The
for
Boys.
sure, for sure. Definitely watching that. That shit is that last episode.
I haven't seen that.
They
I haven't
pushed
seen
it.
that last episode.
They
I haven't
pushed
seen
it. You didn't see it either.
No, but
all I
I've been
gotta
watching
say,
it, but not the last
say, they did some shit in there that I'm just like,
That's my friend that works
They always
there.
do, bro.
Yeah,
no.
No, every episode
They always do every episode, but this episode,
Well, not every
specific-
episode,
bro.
but
When
like in
I
the past,
when I
every
explain my
episode,
girl,
bro.
what I saw in this episode, she's like, "What the fuck are you watching?"
Yeah, really.
Like
Some of the other
and
episodes have been
she's
tame this
watched
season, I'm
Gen
not gonna lie.
V. She's
Compared
watched
to
Gen
last
V.
season, yes.
She's watched Gen V. You know what I mean? So she knows what some
What's
of this shit
what's going
entitles.
on.
No, but when I explained this last episode, she was like, "What the fuck?" She's like, "I'm like, that's The Boys." She was like,
Yeah, that's the boy.
"That's The Boys." Like, I mean, it got so bad that I see on the internet people talk about this episode. Fans are like, "Y'all went too far on this one.
No, they said-
I
Y'all
definitely
pushed
have to
it.
watch
Like,
that.
They always
like we
say it.
get it." There's a line, and y'all like, but y'all really just said, "Fuck it, bro. We're double jumping over that line."
So, I mean, the most hilarious part about that is, even though I have not read them thoroughly, the comics or whatever.
Yeah, I haven't
I
read them.
haven't read the
worse.
comments.
I haven't read it.
Oh, the
much
comics are worse?
So you think the shit that you see there is bad? Yeah, it's so much worse.
Oh
than
my
the
god,
comic
bro.
books,
It's horrible, bro. The Boys is really just a fucking. It's a masterpiece, but it's fucking menacing, bro.
Masterpiece. I do like it a lot. I will give it that masterpiece.
It is.
I feel like it is a masterpiece just because of how
How good it is, man. It's just so
How good it is,
fun
how-
and funny and
funny and gruesome.
written.
That, yeah, bro.
And
Like they
just-
humanize superheroes. You know what I mean?
like
So that's
really
the whole thing.
humanized. Like they're fucking
The whole thing,
celebrities.
bro.
They're not superheroes, bro. They're fucking Kim K.
That's
Really.
That's what they
I
tell
mean,
the
they're-
president. They're like, you need to go. You're not in the military anymore. You need to go back to being entertainers.
They're entertainers, bro. That's all there is. They're like just
I love
figures, and they're
It's good. It's good.
it's fucking beautiful, bro. It's a really good show, man.
and playing.
Playing. I'm still on Monopoly Go, bro.
Trying to platinum Monopoly Go.
I'm still playing it, bro. It's kind of addicting. I ain't gonna lie, Fred. Let me tell you, bro.
His PlayStation got destroyed or whatever.
Yeah, bro. There was a
It was a fucking accident.
An invite to the devastation complex.
Bro,
I asked him, I was like, have you spent any money on it? And he said,
no, I don't spend money on it, bro. Once I'm out of the dice rolls, like I just wait for later on. I can't spend money on shit like that, bro. It hurts my wallet. It hurts my soul. And it's like every time it pops up, like, oh, $5 more, $3 more. Today we got a promotion, $2 and you get. And I'm like, bro, y'all ain't taking my money. I ain't falling for this shit, bro.
I don't have it, man.
I don't even have it if I wanted to give it to you. Like, really? I got to scrape quarters for this. I'm not doing that, bro. I'm not doing that, man. And that shit adds up. Like, if you really fall for it, you're like, it's $2. Ain't no hurt. It's $3. By the time you check by the end of the month, your bank account bill, how much you spend on fucking Monopoly Go, you look stupid. Fucking stupid.
All right. Well, in case some of our people,
watch. No, you don't really coddle him, bro.
No, you really do,
You are
bro.
feeding addiction, bro.
No, you really do, man.
Stop feeding into this gambling.
It is kind of gambling, bro. And you don't even earn money back. You're just paying to continue to play a game.
All right, what about you, Captain? What are you reading? What are you watching? What are you playing?
Reading, watching, playing. I mean, I just gotta throw the kaiju in there for what I'm reading, man. Like I just finished this like maybe yesterday.
That's what you said. You're like, I did all my research yesterday.
All of it, bro. I finished all the way because like I have what volume do I have up to? I think
it's gotta be like 9 or 10.
4. No, I only have
physical.
up to, yeah.
Okay.
Physical.
I think it's up to 4. And I was just like, but I couldn't find where 4 was. I was just like, oh. So I forgot. And then I was just like, I have to like read. So then I skipped to where I knew I was. And then I just went from there.
Yeah.
Where you been reading it at? Online?
Yeah, online. There's
online?
I can't really find. There's literally like a Kaiju number 8 like web, like a website that you can go to read it.
Yeah.
But it's like a bunch of pop-ups and shit, bro. It just sucks, but I powered through it. You know what I mean?
No,
You gotta download the Shonen.
Sure.
You gotta download the Shonen Jump Plus app, bro.
How much I gotta? How much I gotta?
$2 a month.
damn, bro.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. It's very convenient.
$2 a month, bro.
That's not bad, bro.
Bro, you spend more than that on Monopoly.
No, I
Go.
don't. I spend zero on Monopoly Go. That's why I'm still like $2 a month, bro. Ooh,
$2 a month ain't bad, bro.
shit,
It's not bad.
that's one whole Krabby Patty, bro.
It's
You
all- Is it?
No, it's not, bro. Krabby Patties are like $5 a buck. No, Mr. Krabs.
In this economy,
In his economy, he probably raised it to $15 for a small meal, bro.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. Yeah. All right, playing and watching.
playing and watching. I just finished watching I just caught up on Demon Slayer, so I just finished watching that.
Mhm.
Like I said, also watching The Boys. I haven't seen that last episode, so I do have to watch that.
Just be
pretty much,
prepared, bro. Just be prepared.
I'm always prepared, bro. I'm always prepared.
Even the episode prior to that with the Cheeps and the animals, that shit was trippy too, bro.
Yeah.
Not a lot of things shock me.
No.
No, the next one
So
will.
I'm the same way. Not a lot of things shock me. I play violent video games
Until you watch The Boys.
Bro, there's a scene, and you know exactly where I'm going with this. I'm watching it alone. Imagine in this very room, there's a scene
In the sofa, bro?
This sofa.
In the sofa.
Sofa.
The memories are embedded in the sofa.
Bro, what is it? Soul Sister, or whatever her name is, Sister Sage.
Yeah.
She like does a lobotomy on herself,
Oh, yeah.
and she has the deep like stick this like ice pick in her
Oh, wow.
eye. Oh my god! I was
Were you
screaming. Just me in this room. I woke up my whole family. Yes, because if you've seen it, it's so
Zooms
long.
in,
Yeah,
and he
bro.
takes
Bro,
his time, and
bro,
you can hear it.
I'm like doing this, just
can
reading the
hear it.
subtitles.
You can
my
hear it, bro. It's like you can see her
Yeah.
eyeball kind of like move to the right
Is
just
it-
to get
is
that
it the
gap
newest-
opening.
Let's call it the newest version of Deep Space, Dead Space.
Dead Space.
Yeah,
Oh
I'm telling you,
God.
man. But the Deep, that nigga fucking nasty, bro.
Oh,
That
the
nigga-
octopus,
But even after the scene where he helps fucking
Sister Sage.
Sister Sage. Anyways, after he even does it, like just like he's already good to go.
Right? No,
And you over here freaking the fuck out.
Bro.
And my boy bricked up. Let's do this.
Bro.
That's because
Deep-
Deep is dumb, bro.
Yeah.
Deep
Yes,
just don't give
Deep
a
is
fuck,
dumb as
bro.
shit.
no, but I love that show because right after that, like I'm freaking out. I'm like, why am I watching this? juice. And then afterwards, she's
just to bang
like,
it out.
But then she's like, oh, I like talk about Flavor Town or whatever. She's like, I know it tastes good. My pussy.
Yeah.
And I just fucking bust out laughing. And I'm like, I love this show.
That's why
It's fucking good, bro. It's a masterpiece.
I love it.
It's
I love
everything of what you didn't think you'd want.
Yeah, really. Deadass.
You know how back in the old days, The Soprano was like the HBO peak. And it was for adults, you know, like as kids. I don't think my parents would recommend me watching it. I wouldn't even recommend my kids watching The Soprano. But it was like a peak show. You know what I mean? I feel like that it is for us generation. The Boys. It's like the peak of HBO.
You can't watch The Sopranos.
Sorry, Amazon Prime.
So speaking of what I'm reading, watching, and playing. So we tried to watch The Sopranos because we finished Insecure. And, you know, it was super nice. We tried to watch The Sopranos, man. And I don't know.
It didn't hit?
How far did you get?
Oh, we're in the second episode.
Bro.
Those episodes are long.
How dare you?
Those episodes are long.
This shit sucks. I've
I didn't
only
say it
watched
sucks.
2 episodes.
I didn't say it
I only
sucked.
got done with half the first episode. I don't like
Why
it.
do you think there are so many seasons?
I didn't say it sucked. I just
Let me say
so
this. Not a
meandering.
lot of shows with many seasons are always good.
No,
I'm
that's
just
not
going to
true.
say it plain.
They
Just because they got mad season doesn't make the show good.
They be ringing it out.
They do ring it out.
Yeah.
So my issue with the show so far is that it is very meandering. Like I'm hanging out with these guys, and I like The Boys, and The Boys has a narrative, but I just like superheroes. So I'll watch superheroes hang out, chill. That's kind of like what the MCU is. You know, they're just like my favorite scene in the second Avengers is where they're all hanging around Thor's hammer talking shit about if they can lift it or not. So I'm okay to watch that. But when I'm watching these gangsters count the money and watching like on TV and they're talking about gangster movies, I don't know. I kind of was like do something. Like get
It's
to
the same
something.
shit though.
So, but I don't have that affinity towards mobsters. Like I like Scarface and I like Goodfellas and I even
love
like
Scarface.
Godfather.
I love
But I like them
Godfather.
because they're really good movies, but not because I like, you know, romanticize this idea
But
of
that's
being
what
a
it
mobster.
is, though. That's what it comes down to. It's a very realistic look at it versus because you got to remember this shit is in the early 2000s, bro.
Yeah, so it's
You know
super
what I mean?
early.
in Jersey.
Yeah.
There's not much going on in Jersey. I'm going to just say
Right.
that, bro.
Well, so I like the first episode. I like the fact that he is like these ducks. And he's like loving these ducks or whatever. And then out of nowhere, he has this heart attack and he doesn't know why. And then at the end of the episode, you know, spoilers or whatever, episode 1 shit, he realizes that it's because the ducks flew away and he had like this empty nest syndrome. And I was like, okay, I can see the
It
character
just gets
work.
so much deeper.
I believe
gets
it does.
So much deeper than that. You gotta force through it, bro.
I will. So I
You
will.
know?
So
It's not gonna be some shit where, you know,
is
like
it Breaking Bad?
you say, you know, watch Devilman Crybaby, bro. It's gonna be so good. And then I watched the whole series and it just
You didn't
fucking
like it?
sucked the whole time.
Whoa. Fred. Chill, my boy. Chill. What do you mean you didn't like it?
He hated it.
Devilman Crybaby sucks, bro.
No, bro.
I'm
No.
dying on this hill. I
How
don't
are you-
care. I'll fight
That
all of you.
anime was fire, bro.
I will fight you
Wait.
all on it,
What
bro.
part did you not like?
All of it.
What you mean? The beginning of the show was like bam after like bitches fucking
only
bitches and
times-
demons turning into demons eating. Like, yo, I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
I don't like that's like so let's
Even
take
the
Boys.
ending made me cry, bro. I
Let's
shed a
take-
tear.
Me
That
too.
shit sucks, bro. That shit sucks, bro. Let's use The Boys as an example.
Go ahead.
There's a lot of crazy shit happening at one time too, but like there's times to like let it sink in. You know what I mean? With Devilman Crybaby, bro, it's just
Was
like
too much, too quick, too
it's just
fast.
so I just oh my god, it's just so like I think what my real problem is with it, and this is probably just for me.
You're Christian.
No. It was very, very just like
Predictable?
lost. Yes. It was just, bro, I saw the entire thing from the very beginning, bro. And it sucked so bad. And I even gave it a chance even after I knew what was gonna happen. Because I'm like, all right, bro, you know. If
I pushed him to watch it. I was like,
if
yo,
I could
watch
tell
it.
the future, I'd already be rich, right?
Right.
So let me just
So why you not?
so exactly. So let me watch the show,
Right.
Because I don't
Maybe
know
I'm
what's
missing
gonna
something.
happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nah, man, that show was
Sharp
beautiful.
turn after sharp turn after twist and turn. It was everything I expected, and I was just like, wow.
I was-
The animation and the fights. And
Did you not like the animation?
are not.
Well, the
good
animation
enough
was ugly, but I think it was
for-
ugly on
like
purpose.
it was ugly, like ugly beautiful.
You know what's ugly on purpose and still beautiful? Fucking
Kaiju?
no, Chainsaw
Some man.
Chainsaw Man is ugly on purpose, but it's still amazing.
No,
Chainsaw Man is
Man have
Jimmy
decent.
Neutron ugly on purpose.
Whatever you want to call it, it's ugly on purpose and it's
I didn't
beautiful.
think
while
I didn't
doing
think it was that ugly,
You know what I
man.
mean?
There was
I'm just saying
moments
ugly
that
as far
it
as,
was
like
not the
guts
best,
and
but
shit like that.
there was moments where it did like they took their time a little bit. Damn, man.
Devilman Crybaby sucks.
Nah, man.
Right.
Look, if you agree with Fred, let us know in the comments. If you disagree,
I
man.
know.
If you agree with me and X, I feel like it was a banger. I fucking loved it, bro.
I loved it.
And
That
me
shit sucks.
personally, I love shit that is like gruesome and just fucking like
So do I, which
You know
is
what I
why I
mean?
was disappointed.
I love that
about the
shit,
rap?
that weird shit. But oh yeah,
That was
I
the
gonna
best
say,
part.
That was the only thing. I
that
feel like that
was the
was what
best
Xavier
part.
focused on, bro.
That's-
That
was the
nigga
best part.
loved the
No,
rap.
that's what multiplied it because that's like in the middle.
That was the best part. I promise you, out of the whole thing,
Yeah.
that was the best part.
All right, well, so we're talking too much about it. All right, so
Oh.
What you playing,
what are you
bro?
playing?
This is off topic. I don't know if you guys are ever gonna do like a
Episode?
episode on this, but we finally got a release date for the Black Myth Wukong.
Oh, yes.
So
An
I'm
episode for it?
it's,
If we do Dragon Ball again or
I
something,
mean,
I
just
don't know.
touch on it somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, go ahead.
But it's not a FromSoft game,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like just looking at it, it's just a very similar esque.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Souls-like is what they call
Yeah.
it.
So I am picking up Sekiro again.
Oh,
Yes, I'm actually starting over.
Okay.
okay.
I'm starting over from zero.
You kind of have to, yeah.
I do, yeah. Because like, don't get me wrong, I'm still at the ape, and like, I can beat it, but I feel like I've just lost so much between then and now. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's been literal years that I've touched this game. So,
Wow. I hope you
Starting
beat it.
over.
I hope you beat it.
yeah, I think I might this time around. Actually, I think I'm diving in now.
God damn it.
Yeah.
If you beat that game before I beat God of War, so
You still on that?
Stop, bro.
You still on that?
Don't put yourself
God damn,
in front
man.
of you all. Stop, bro.
I'm
do this to
I'm
yourself,
on
bro.
Odin. I'm fighting Odin.
Stop, bro. You didn't even catch the reference of when I talked about the nature of the thing versus the form of the thing, bro.
I didn't.
No, I'm bullshitting, 'cause you don't know, bro.
So I don't even know what he's talking
You
about.
don't
The
even
reference
know,
of the
bro.
form of the form.
I thought it was Buddha, bro.
No,
You
I
told me
mean
that's God of War?
It kind of is. It's God of War, bro.
God damn.
And you just
God damn. I thought you
flew right past your damn head.
So I'm playing God of War and I'm at Odin. I'm fighting. I beat him the first time and now I'm fighting him the second time. So I don't know how many times I got to beat him. But
What you reading, bro?
and then reading just my comics are on hold. We ordered a bunch of comics, me and my homeboy, but they are still taking like super long to get it to us. So I'm still waiting on Rook and Ghost Machine and all the other comics that I'm trying to read. And I'm falling behind on all my manga. Chainsaw Man, Dr. Stone, everything. And then for watching, like I said, we finished Insecure. I'm trying to either pivot from The Sopranos to either Black Mafia Family, The Shy, or Snowfall.
Snowfall.
So I want to watch one of those, but I don't
Snowfall, bro.
I don't know.
I recommend it.
I mean, depending
I watched-
on what you're trying to get out of the show that you're watching, probably Snowfall.
Snowfall?
Mhm.
I feel like The Shy is very. I don't really know how to describe it other than like what the fuck is that movie called? Like 7 Degrees or some shit like
7
that.
pounds?
Maybe where it's like different things. The same thing happens, but it's from different people's aspects.
Is that Will Smith?
Yeah,
Yeah, 7 pounds.
that's The Shy, more or less.
I kind of like that.
So if you're looking for that experience, then
Not
you
through
can watch
Snowfall,
The Shy.
bro.
But Snowfall is more of that. If you're trying to get that gangster feel,
Little
then
bit.
Snowfall
Snowfall,
is what
bro.
you're looking for.
I'm trying to get whatever I'm missing from The Sopranos. But I
Then,
might
yeah,
just push
so-
forward with The
Push,
Sopranos because
man.
I usually give it a show 3 episodes, but these episodes are so long, bro. And then
They're
just,
long, bro.
Then they
They're-
just end.
They're not gonna give you. I'm not gonna say they're not going to, because there are times where the shit does happen. But
Yeah.
what you're looking for in terms of the pace that you're looking for, you might as well just choose Snowfall. To
Really?
be honest.
All right.
Oh, yo, you been keeping up with Suicide Squad?
No, not yet.
Sakai?
No, not yet. I kind of want to binge it.
Are you gonna binge it? I've been trying to keep up with it, bro.
Save it, please.
I love it.
Because we're going to do a follow-up.
I know we're doing a follow up. So check out that episode on YouTube.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. How about you, Fred? You watched it?
I haven't watched it. I think I was gonna go between because I haven't watched the Harley Quinn show either. But I know I do want to watch it.
Xavier is recommending me to watch
That
that.
show is good as fuck.
I feel like I'm gonna like interchange between the two. Like I'll watch them both like around the same time.
Right. But there's so many seasons.
Of what?
Just get-
Harley Quinn?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How many?
But I mean,
Like fucking 3 or 4.
that's fine.
Oh, I thought it was fairly
good.
new. I thought it was like maybe 2 seasons in.
No, it's been out for
Shit.
And it's good, bro. It's good all the way through. Yeah.
But anyways, thank you, normies, for tuning in back to your favorite anime podcast. Always hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to click the naughty button so you're aware when hot fire is being dropped. And if you're listening to the podcast on Spotify, don't forget to subscribe and give 5 stars to your boys. And if you're listening to it on the Apple Podcast, always 5 stars and leave a complimentary sandwich review, which we'll read out every other episode. And like we say at the end of every episode,
Tune in next time for scenes from the next episode of the Hyperbolic Podcast.
wop, fuck them up.
Yeah.